Welcome back to It's Crystal Clear, a show designed to tell your money where to go instead of always wondering where your money went. My name is Felicia Young, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your financial journey. So, this week, I have a great story for you. I have a husband and wife team who approached me last week. They're an active part of Debt Elimination Challenge, and they are not behind on their debt. They don't have credit issues. They just have past debt that they just don't want anymore. They want to use that money, that monthly payment, to just be able to enjoy more enjoyable activities in their lives. They made time to figure out what their latte factors were. So he discovered he loved to drink Cokes all day long. And she loved shoes, stilettos, clogs, kitten heels, boots, thigh-high boots, calf-length boots, cowboy boots, big heels, little heels, no heels. She loves shoes. So when they took time to look through their 3-month bank statements, I'm sure you can imagine what their conversation was like, and I'm sure you can discover what vocabulary words they were using. They looked at their credit card statements and they discovered that there were still charges on there from Christmas. He said they were very generous to their family and their friends for the holidays. He said he became curious. He wanted to know if the people who he bought gifts for were still using their gifts or if his money was being thrown down the drain. So he called up his baby brother to see how his brother's children were enjoying the toys that he paid for with their credit cards. So the report was the baby doll that his little niece had to have was missing a leg and it was missing the eye. The video game that the boys had to have stopped working because they had a juice box fight. They were not playing with the toys. They had the lights and the bells and the whistles because it was too many pieces to put together. So they simply put all those pieces back inside of the box. So after the husband hung up his phone, he made a decision on behalf of him, his wife, and their bank account. No more material gifts for anyone. The gifts for Christmas and birthdays from now on will be them. He said he may put a bow on their heads just to keep it a little festive. So he said working on their latte factor and reviewing their bank statements made the light bulb come on. And they made a very conscious decision to be more intentional about where their money was going. They said a few days ago, they checked their mail and they saw that a random check was in there, an unexpected check. It was for them. It really was. He said they went and made the deposit and they were able to pay off 2 of their credit cards, including their credit card that had the Christmas gift extravaganza on it. They said they will use the snowball method to pay off more of their debt, and they know they will reach their goal by December. Great job. That's so cool. So I want y'all to keep that going. So today's episode is called What About Your Friends? So how many of you remember that TLC group back in the day, the song that they sung called What About Your Friends? You know, what about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down again? What about your friends? So that's what today's episode is about. Your financial journey and the people who you choose to surround yourself with. Okay, so you have been doing a great job. You're improving your financial picture. You're cutting out your latte factor. You're living by the 10, 10, and 80 rule. You're asking yourself, do I need this or do I want this? You're writing down your vision and you're making it plain. You're setting goals and y'all are killing it. According to what y'all are telling me, y'all are reaching all your goals. You're not going to the happy hours anymore. You really are improving your life. Doesn't that feel great? So I'm sure it may not have been easy. I'm sure life been lifing. And I know sometimes you've stopped watching my podcast. You're tired of my voice in your head. And maybe you put an extra latte in that factor. And you weren't feeling this financial journey anymore. So when you started feeling like that, who did you have around you to keep you moving forward? Who did you have around you to keep you motivated? Who did you have around you to keep encouraging you? Do you have a village? Do you have people who know what your goals are and are holding you accountable to help you to stay focused, to help cheer you on? And better yet, being influenced by what you're doing to do the same with their finances. Who do you have in your world that's going to be in your corner while you work to have a better financial life? Now, y'all know I'm going to have a Bible story or a Bible verse every single time we meet. So today is no different. So remember the story in Mark 2, chapters 3 through 11, where there were 4 men who had a paralyzed friend, and they wanted to bring him to Jesus for a healing. But they couldn't get to Jesus because there was such a large crowd. So these friends, they were very determined to get their friend the help that he needed. Somehow, they got from the ground to the roof with their paralyzed friend. They started pulling at the roof, and they made a hole in it. Now, that roof wasn't like the roofs that we have today, like architectural shingles or composite shingles. This roof was made of timber cross beams filled with brush wood and packed with clay. So I'm going to take a moment to break down this material because in my head, I'm trying to figure out, one, how do you climb on a roof with a paralyzed man? And two, how do you dig through a roof made of brush wood and packed with clay? So brushwood is the wood made from small branches and trees. Clay is stiff, sticky, fine-grained earth that can be molded when wet and is dried and baked to make bricks or pottery. So we know how pretty hard that can be. So this roof is pretty much sticks and bricks. So you have 4 friends who knew their friend needed special help to get healed. They seemed desperate, so desperate as if they needed that healing themselves. So they tore a hole through a roof made of sticks and bricks. And when they did, they lowered their friend down. They lowered him down and down right in front of Jesus. Now, if you don't have a village of people who will go through those extreme measures to get you the help you need, my question is, why are they even in your village to begin with? So I know your village has all types of people, all types of personalities within it. People who only call when they need to hold a little something, something until their payday, but payday seems to never come because they never pay you back. Or you have people who only call when they're going through drama again and again and again and again. Or you have people who always call you because you're their shopping buddy and there's a sale at the store. Y'all, there will always be a sale at some store. Or you have people who always want you to go turn up at happy hour. Y'all, you can make an hour happy doing something else. That's within your budget. You have people in your life who want you for a lot of different things. But the question I have is, do you have people in your life who legitimately want to see you win, who would tear off a roof to get you the help that you need? So you decided that you wanted a different life for yourself. You decided you wanted a different life to where you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You decided that you wanted a different life to where your utilities are not getting shut off every month. A different life where your car is not getting repoed. A different life to where you're not getting evicted or foreclosed on. You decided you wanted a different life to where you're not stressed and depressed behind little green slips of paper or little plastic cards. The people who you surround yourself with, they have a powerful impact on your life, whether good or whether bad. You've heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So it's important to have people around you who elevate you, who won't be the cause of you staying stuck in your situation, who will do their part to see you win. So my question is, what does your flock look like? Now, in this episode, I'm going to challenge you. If you're serious and you're committed to making a drastic shift in your life and you want to have something you never had before, you will need to do things you've never done before. Today, I'm going to challenge you to latte factor your village. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. First, you need to make time to identify what type of people you want to be a part of your core village. So this is going to be like an exclusive covert operations team. Okay, so those people need to be people who, if they need to tear off a roof to get you the help they'll tear off their roof. These people will be the elite, VIP, championship winning core people who will have exclusive access to your new life. Hey, this will be your It's Crystal Clear VIPs, the ICC VIPs. They can be family members or friends or just a special group who you can assign to special areas of your journey. So it doesn't have to be a lot of people. It doesn't need to be a lot of people, but they do need to be some powerful people, people who can really help you reach your goals. So you can have people like prayer warriors who can help you spiritually get through this process. They can be people like mathematicians who can help you just simply figure some things out. They can be chefs who will help you meal prep and save you that money that you always spend at happy hour. You need to identify what roles you need from your ICC VIPs that will help you win. Second, you need to make sure that your VIPs are loyal, trustworthy, confidential, and that they have your best interests at heart. So if you share some details of your journey with one of them, you should not be hearing about your journey from someone you don't even know and you didn't tell. Your group should keep their mouths shut unless you give them permission to share what you're going through in order to help someone else, not to gossip about you. They should not be yes men. If they see you going off track, they should be able to lovingly yank you back into reality. And you better not get mad at them and kick them off the island because you don't want to listen or hear anything that they have to say. If you fail miserably, they should not beat you down anymore, and they should not make you feel defeated. You yourself may already be frustrated with making all these changes. You may be feeling some kind of way. Looking at the total debt that's staring you in your face, you may be disgusted with yourself. You don't need to have anyone around you adding to that frustration. They just need to be ready to rip off their roof to get you the help that you need. Third, you need to make sure that your village participate in the It's Crystal Clear Challenge too. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. So why in the world would you want the people who are part of your village to be stuck in a financial bondage while you're living well within your 10, 10, and 80 rule? Why wouldn't you want them to have the same feeling of relief of living paycheck to paycheck while you're doing the same? Why wouldn't you want your family to live financially stress-free? So the Bible says, my people perish from the lack of knowledge. You've learned a lot throughout this journey, and you're doing an amazing job staying focused on your goals. You should be sharing your knowledge with your village. You should be their VIP member who is a part of their core circle. You should be that trustworthy friend who won't say yes when the answer should be no, being the person who can pull them back on track in a loving way. You should be the person who is ripping off the roof to get them the help that they need so they too can live an amazing life as well. Now, if they choose not to use these free tools to help them become debt free, that's on them. And you need to position them in your life accordingly. Remember, we have an incredible life to live. And little green slips of paper and little bitty plastic cards shouldn't stop us from doing it. I need you to manage your finances to tell your money where to go instead of always wondering where it went. Let people who want to see you win help you win. Share what you're learning with others. Can you imagine what this world would look like if we all just did our part to help ourselves and to help each other? I imagine that it would be an incredible world where we could enjoy what God created for us to have access to. I know it can be done. I know it can be done because you're taking the steps to make it happen. Well, this ends this week's episode of It's Crystal Clear. I hope that what I said blessed your soul, and I hope that it helped you to keep moving forward. Remember, I have a goal that I want to hit too. I want to help people eliminate millions of dollars in debt by the end of this year. And I know that it can be done because you are going to help me. You're going to reduce your latte factor. You're going to live within the 10, 10, and 80 rule. You're going to reduce your expenses, and you're going to share this podcast with others. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple. So thank you again for allowing me to help you. I do not take this assignment lightly. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I want to send another shout out to the people behind the scene who help make this podcast happen every single week. I appreciate each one of you more than you can possibly know. So until next time, I need you all to dream big. I need you all to stay focused, and I need you to live your best life within budget. I'll see you next time on It's Crystal Clear.